Hello friends, welcome all of you. In previous lecture, we started second topic of physics, that is mechanical properties of fluids. We saw some points of this topic in the last video. So today we discuss the new points of this topic. So let's start today's lecture. First, we discuss today's points. Today's first point of discussion, it is the hydrostatic paradox. Second point we discuss today, it is the Pascal's law. And third point, it is the applications of Pascal's law. There are two applications. These are hydraulic lift and hydraulic brakes. So today we discuss the 3 points: hydrostatic paradox, Pascal's law, and application, that means hydraulic lift and hydraulic brakes. So let's start with the first point. It is the hydrostatic paradox. See this image. In this image, there are 3 different vessels having different shapes, but base area it is the common, and it is filled with some amount of the liquid, and at the base point there are 3 pressure meters are attached. Let's see the next image. In this image, 3 vessels are interconnected. So consider the interconnected vessels. When liquid is inserted or poured in any one of the vessels, it is noticed that level of the liquids in all the vessels is the same. So one can feel that pressure of the base B would be more than at the base of the vessel A. So this one is the wrong. The correct statement, it is the, or correct sentence, it is the pressure at a point depends only on height of the liquid column above it. It does not depend on the shape of the vessel. So in this case, height of the liquid column is the same for all the vessels. So here therefore the pressure of the liquid column in each vessel is the same and the system is in equilibrium. So here once again see this image, the pressure meter shows here the same reading. So overall hydrostatic paradox means different shaped containers with the same base area which are filled with a liquid of the same height. The applied force by the liquid on the base of each container is exactly the same. So this is complete the hydrostatic paradox. So let's see the next point. Next point is the Pascal's law. Statement of this Pascal law is pressure applied at any point of an enclosed fluid at rest is transmitted equally and undiminished to every point of the fluid and also on the walls of the container, provided the effect of gravity is neglected. In short, pressure applied at any point of an enclosed fluid is transmitted equally at every point of the fluid. This one is the Pascal law. It is very important as per our board exam. So let's see the next point. Next point is the applications of the Pascal law. There are 2 applications of the Pascal law. The first application, it is the hydraulic lift, and second application, it is the hydraulic brake. So let's see the first application, two applications, hydraulic lift and hydraulic brake. Let's see the first application. Before this, these are the various machines. See, these are the various machines used to lift the heavy objects from one position to another position very easily. The working of these machines is based on the Pascal law and uses the technique of the hydraulic lift. These are the various machines we seen anywhere. So let's see the working principle of this. First application we start here, it is the hydraulic lift. Let's see the diagram. In this diagram, a tank containing a fluid is fitted with 2 pistons. See in the figure, piston first it is the S1 and piston second it is the S2. In figure, S1 has the smaller area of cross section, indicated it as the capital A1, and S2 has much larger area of cross section, indicate it as the capital A2. So here, when we apply a force F1 on smaller piston, see in the figure, when we apply F1 on the smaller piston in the downward direction, it will generate a pressure. As we know that the pressure formula, it is the force divided by the area. So P is equal to F1 divided by the A1. This force or this pressure is transmitted in this way. So here we transmitted undiminished to the bigger portion, that is piston S2. So here force, it is the force F2 will be exerted upwards on it. So force formula, F2 is equals to P into the capital A2. So we get F1 by, as P1 is equal to P2 by the Pascal's law, F1 by A1 is equals to F2 divided by the A2. Outside taking the F2 term, we get F2 is equals to F1 into the bracket A2 divided by the A1. So this one is the first applications of the Pascal's law. Let's see. Smaller force is converted into the larger force and the vehicle is lifted upwards. Let's see the next point. When we driving our car traveling a certain distance, we stop or slows down our car with the help of the brake. So this uses the hydraulic brake technology. So next application, it is the hydraulic brake. Hydraulic brakes are used to slow down or stop vehicles in motion. It is based on the same principle as that of the hydraulic lift. Let's see the image. This figure shows the internal structure of the car brake system. Brake pedal, see in the figure carefully. Brake pedal is connected to the master cylinder, which then attached to the forward field with the disc brakes. Similarly, also for the backward field. This one is the internal structure of the brake system of our car. Let's see in detail. See this internal structure of the brake system. Here brake pedal connected to the master cylinder. This master cylinder is connected to the slave cylinder, that means front wheel of the cylinders, and also the back slave cylinders. Master cylinder and slave cylinders, these are connected by the pipes, that means hydraulic lines, contains the brake oil. By pressing the brake pedal, pistons of the master cylinder is pushed in the forward direction. The change in the pressure in the master cylinder is transmitted to the slave cylinders. Since brake fluid is incompressible, the piston of the slave cylinders moves in forward direction. So slave piston pushes friction pads against rotating disc, which is connected to the wheel. So moving vehicle slows down or the stop. So this one is the complete mechanism how to brake our car or vehicle. So in short, for preparing your notes, note down these points once again. By pressing the brake pedal, the piston of master cylinder is pushed in the forward direction. The piston in the slave cylinder has much larger area of cross section as compared to that of the master cylinder, as we seen in the diagram. So it moves in forward direction so as to maintain the volume of the oil constant. The slave piston pushes the friction pads against the rotating disc, which is connected to the wheels. So in this way, thus causing moving vehicles to slow or to stop. This one is a 2 marks question which asked in the board exam. What are the applications of the Pascal's law? So for this, we prepare your notes properly. So from this we calculate some formula. As we know that the master cylinder has a smaller area of cross section A1 compared to the A2 of the slave cylinder. By applying small force F1 to the master cylinder, it generates a large pressure, that is P is equals to F1 divided by the A1. So putting the value in the equation, as we know that F2 is equals to P into the capital A2. So P having the formula F1 divided by the A1, putting this value, we get the formula for the force F2 is equals to F1 into the bracket A2 divided by the A1. So this is similar to the principle used in the hydraulic lift. Thus, the conclusion is that small force applied on the brake pedal gets converted into the large force and slows down or stops a moving vehicle. So this is the two applications we have seen of the Pascal's law: hydraulic lift and hydraulic brake. So let's see one example of this. In a hydraulic lift, the input piston has surface area of 30 cm square and the output piston has a surface area of 1500 cm square. If a force of 25 Newton is applied to the input piston, calculate the force on the output piston. So this one is the examples of 2 marks. So let's see. First, given data. Given in the problem, it is the area, that means A1 is equals to 30 cm square, converted into the meter form, that means 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter square. And area second given, it is the A2 is equals to 1500 cm square, converted into the meter form, that means SI unit, converted into the 0.15 meter square, and force given, it is the 25 Newton. So here we find out the force, that means the F2. We know that formula is the F1 divided by A1 is equals to F2 divided by the A2. So first we write the formula F1 by A1 is equals to F2 divided by the A2. So putting the values in the equation, we get, outside taking the F2 term, F2 is equals to F1 into A2 divided by the A1, 25 into the 0.15 divided by 3 into 10 raised to minus 3. So simple calculation is here. We get the final answer. It is the F2 is equals to 1250 Newton, because force, so SI unit is the Newton. So this is the 2 marks question. Very simple. Without log table, we can solve this 2 marks example. So from this, the highlight point of the today's lecture, it is this is very important as per your various entrance exams. Hydraulic brake is an arrangement of braking mechanism which uses brake fluid. It contains glycol ethers or diethylene glycol to transfer the pressure from controlling mechanism to the braking mechanism. Remember, once again, hydraulic brake is an arrangement of braking mechanism which uses brake fluid. It contains glycol ethers or diethylene glycol to transfer the pressure from controlling mechanism to the braking mechanism. So friends, today we see some interesting points of this topic. So in the next video, we see some other new points.